Okay, this one's for Dave. Per Dave's request, here's a video of my sump system for my 300 gallon located in the house. I'll do a quick run through first and we'll get more in detail. So on this manifold here is where everything comes in and out of the house. The bottom of the tank level is approximately 8 to 10 inches, maybe a foot above the top of this manifold, and so the tank's up there. So where do I start? Let's start with the closed loop system. This 2-inch pipe right here, there's 2.5-inch drains on the back wall of the tank. They tee off into this 2-inch and come into the Barracuda, up through the ocean motions, and then the next 4 pipes are in the next 4 corners of the tank for that random current. The next 2 up are the return lines. Comes out of an Milwaukee 100, 1.5 all the way, and then tees off into 2 1-inch, comes in the top left and right corners of the tank. The next top 3 are my drains. So there's in the middle a 1-inch full siphon, and then there is an 1.5-inch emergency and an 1.5-inch tuned. So those come along here, and you can see the very bottom is 1-inch full siphon, and that's drilled right into the bottom of the overflow box. And then the next one up is the emergency, and the next one up is the 1.5-inch tuned. So you can see, because of the, I'm not sure if you can see here, but because of the random current that the ocean motions is generating, my emergency gets a trickle every once in a while, as you can see it pouring out the side black bulkhead there. This is the best I can get out of it, man. That water level just kind of rises and falls inside that tank. It's actually pretty cool. So anyway, so I have my salt mix and roadie, and this right now is just kind of cheesed in where I have my auto top off coming in through this pipe here. I'll plumb it in hard later. It's kind of what I'm working on right now. So my RODI system, thank you Air, Water, Ice and Puget Sound Aquarium Association. I won this at the spring 2013 Bob Moore frag swap, just in time. So up here is my dosing station. I'll run through the Apex system, right? So until such time that my needs get larger, then I'll hook up a calcium reactor. So we come through here, and right now I have done a little bit of tank maintenance, so I am running a filter sock. Normally do not do that. And so we have skimmer number 1, an SWC Extreme Cone 250. Very happy with this. I've got a couple of the newer model Seachy 1000s on there. And then the secondary is a Reef Octopus. Oh, what is it? I don't know. It's a big ass skimmer. How about that? So now the outflow from this skimmer, this really cool thing here, was because when I just had a pipe coming out of there and kind of just angling down, it was creating a siphon effect that was not allowing me to tune in this skimmer. So what I needed to do was flow straight across. And also I designed it like this so that I could flow some of the water to the back of this chamber. It's just so I didn't have any stagnant water. So if I back up here, you can see that as it flows through this system, I have 4 18-watt gravity-fed UV sterilizers. You can see the water level in the first compartment is higher than the second, and the spillover through those the teeth there is what's not going through the 4 UVs. So now we continue on to the secondary sump, which is going to be a frag station slash algae refugium, and then basically the return chamber. A couple of heaters in there. Let's see what I need for this fall. Right now I only have one 800-watt heater, and we are September 29th, and it's kicking on about 14 times a day to keep it at 77.7. So we start getting some chilly weather. I'm probably going to need a lot more. So now we got the Iwaki 1000, and then the next two bulkheads there are this chiller supply and return lines, and then the rear bulkhead is plumbed out to the drain system outside, and that's for water changes. So that is a 1/3 horsepower chiller. I had a few 90-degree days this fall. I was able to still test. It's going to work fine for me. And then the calcium reactor I will hook up in the future. So where are we next? So as we return through this 1.5 inch, you can see I've taken advantage of the high pressure that Iwaki offers and plumbed in a couple of reactors. Future plans, right now I'm running some carbon in there, and future plans are probably to run some GFO in the first chamber there, and then in the secondary chamber I'll run some large particle, very large particle carbon, so that as I tumble my GFO I'm not breaking down my carbon. Either that or I'll just run it straight GFO as needed. So over here I've had to run dual 20 amp circuits, and then below that is another 20 amp that I'm going to use the Neptune Apex not breakout box, but the expansion socket. So in the winter, actually that'll function for my heaters. I'll probably have about 2,000 watts of heaters on there, and in the summer I will transfer over as needed to just run the chiller off of it. So we come up here, dual 20 amps, GFI circuits, and then 2 EV8s for the Neptunes, one there, one there. Currently I am running 4 probes, little probe holders I put in there. So we have got temperatures in the front, right there, and then your conductivity, pH, and ORP. So yeah, just cheap BRS dosing pumps for now. They've been working for me for a while on my other system. I'm not even sure what else to say about this. This is a cheap Aqua Traders light. They're like 40 bucks or something for a 36 inch, comes with 4 bulbs. I swear by them. They haven't tried to really like grow corals with them, but I've used them on my algae refugiums, and I've used them on freshwater planted, and a lot of bang for the buck. So my float switches currently right now, we just got a auto top off, and then a high level sensor switch, which if the power was to shut off and all the water comes out of the tank and through the system and starts raising through these 2 sumps, well, as you know, the water level raises in there, then my skimmer starts to overflow. So that is set as a high water level, shut off my skimmer pumps. The drain line there, the valve to drain and do water changes, you can see I've also got, that's where my roadie wastewater comes out. And yeah, man, that's really it in a nutshell. A lot of fine tuning to do. Like I say, I've just put these barrels over here, and I have a rat's nest going on. But once I figure out what's going to work for me, and you know, I will know how to hard plumb everything in permanently. So that's it. That's apparently what it takes to run a 300-gallon reef tank, guys. I'll never do this again. not unless I win the lottery. Thanks for watching.